me tell you the story of Nicholaus, Emil, Herman, Adolphus Ahlers. He was the German consul in Sunderland, and I think the fact that Sunderland had a consul would be to do with the German sailors who were coming in for the Baltic trade. Indeed, there was actually a German church social in Sunderland in 1910. It's reported in the Sunderland Echo. And 200 people turned up with German connections of one kind or another. So as the consul, he would deal with sailors who'd been in trouble. There was a lot of trade between the Baltic ports and between Sunderland. And he'd lived here since before 1905, was a leather merchant, was married here, had some of his children here. He did, by the way, have 14 children. I can't find all the names, but we have found some. He was married and he lived in a big house at Cliff Road in Roker, German consul. As war approached, Adolphus Ahlers was aware that some of the German sailors in the port of Sunderland who were reservists in the German army or navy might be in trouble if a war broke out and they were serving members of the German forces. And so he advised 3 sailors, whose name appear in the newspaper articles about this, to go home before the war began. He was arrested for treason, he was put on trial, he was sentenced to death at Durham Crown Court, and that sentence was then commuted. He was forced to leave Sunderland because obviously his family home was attacked and he was abused, and so he moved down to the south of England where he was interned. In 1916, his wife was also arrested for no apparent reason other than the fact that she was A, German, and B, his wife, and she committed suicide in Holloway prison in 1917 by taking an overdose of barbiturates. She left a note saying she couldn't stand any more time in prison. When the war ended in 1919, Adolphus Ahlers was deported back to Germany, despite the fact that he built a business here and his sons had been born here and his daughters had been born here. And so that's the story of Adolphus Ahlers.
Quick question. What was Mrs. Ahlers' first name?
Right, she was Emma Charlotte, and they had, as I say, 14 children. I can find the names of Anna, Edgar, and May Erica. Interestingly, in 1913, bearing in mind that these men would be trying to kill one another a year later, he entertained bluejackets from Her Majesty's ship Skipjack and a German torpedo boat at the Victoria Hotel in Roker on the seafront. It might now be the Roker Hotel, I don't know, or the Seaburn Hotel. And so that's the story of Adolphus Ahlers.